Off, we want to welcome Ryan Miyamoto from Hawaiian Telcom to tell us about their upcoming HT University. Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Thank you so much for having me.
You have
Now,
a great
Ryan,
name, Ryan.
Yeah, well, you
It's the
know,
best name ever.
it's good to have people with the same name that I don't really mess up the names.
We'll see.
Okay.
Growing up, that was always the big thing, was having more than one Ryan in my class.
So Ryan, tell us a little bit about your background, or what do you do at Hawaiian Tel?
So I'm a senior product manager, and product manager is always it's a difficult thing to define to people exactly what it is you do. But pretty much what I do is I oversee a line of business in terms of the product ideation to development to release to market based on what we see in the market and what we think people will buy.
And what types of products are you managing?
So I oversee our business data products and our business broadband products. So in the business markets, everything from our small business internet services up towards our large 10 gig point-to-point type of circuits.
What kind of data? When you say data products, what would typically be a data product?
So a data product for us would be, we like to define those as private networking. So a business that needs to connect more than one site from, say, Maui to Honolulu, and be able to push through 10 megabits of any type of data. It can be internet traffic, it could be voice over IP, it could be all sorts, whatever is driving their business, we're able to push that through our network.
Absolutely. Now, for this event, Hawaiian Telcom University happens every year. A full-day program covers a lot of tech topics, but there's usually a theme. What is this year's Hawaiian Telcom University theme?
So this is our almost our 10th year doing it,
Wow.
and this year's theme is business meets the smart world. So the smart world, that's something that usually is open for definition in terms of what exactly are we looking at. But primarily we're looking at the abundance of data that's out there and how that's shaping both businesses and consumers in terms of how they purchase, how they utilize, how they do, basically how they do things. So it's a really exciting topic for us.
Now, in the olden days, when some of the data services were things like frame relay and ISDN and point-to-point circuits, I mean that's gone way beyond that, right? I mean now it's primarily like LAN services, right?
Yes. So that's one of the big differences I think over the years, is that the technology has evolved to the point where the lines between LAN and WAN are blurring, and that's just a function of the amount of bandwidth that a lot of these applications are requiring these days.
So when a customer wants to connect, I mean, are you connecting them with basically sort of an Ethernet type service at the stage of, they want to connect remote offices or whatever? You're bringing them an Ethernet service, and it's like, it could be 10 gig, it could be whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing is that people are familiar with that. You're starting to date yourself by saying frame relay.
Bert is really enjoying showing off his deep and rich history.
No, it's antiquated history is what it is.
And data centers. So for this event, I mean, I imagine connectivity is a big part of what will be covered, but what are some of the other sessions or topics that are going to be covered?
Absolutely. So data connectivity is a big thing, but really this year's theme is around how to utilize the data that's out there, and this can range from small businesses. When you go to a restaurant for lunch, for example, and you see some of those point of sale systems, there's an incredible amount of data that even a small business has access to these days. Now, granted, that comes with some consequences in terms of data security. We hear about breaches and malware and things like that all over the place. So there's both the pros and the cons. There's tons of opportunity to be able to utilize all that data that's out there, and there's also the side effect of figuring out how to protect all that data. So our conference is actually going to cover from both of those angles. We'll have speakers from industry leaders, such as our keynote is from a company called Fjord, which probably most people haven't heard of that, but they're actually the digital arm of Accenture. And his topic is going to be on building really intelligent services that utilize it, because at the end of the day, it's really about being able to utilize the data that's there and intelligently use it, as opposed to just having data for the purposes of having it.
And it's important to know that this is, definitely for a broader audience, and it's not all Hawaiian Telecom speakers. So you have a keynote speaker. Who are some of the other people or partners or companies presenting?
So one of our the cool things about this type of event is that we're able to attract speakers, and a lot of these speakers that's really what they do is they go on a global basis from conference to conference. And one of the cool things is being able to bring them to Hawaii and allow people to really participate, really engage with them without having to leave the island. A lot of times you have to do that, you have to hop on a plane and visit a conference.
Sure. For example.
So we've got folks such as a speaker from Fortinet, we have a speaker from Palo Alto Networks. We also have a local panel speakers, which are both local IT professionals who are going to be there to share their expertise, as well as some national speakers who are specialized in some of the topics we'll be having.
Now, cloud services are always kind of a hot topic for some of these technology conferences. Are you going to be talking about some of the cloud services and how you might deliver that here in Hawaii?
Well, we'll have some sessions around cloud services. We're also going to be having a technology expo showcase where we'll be showing some of the cloud services that both Hawaiian Telcom as well as some of our partner solution providers are providing now.
Fantastic. So this program, when is it happening? Where is it happening? And how can someone sign up to participate?
So our Hawaiian Telcom University is going to be on Thursday, May 11th. It's from 8:30 in the morning to 4, and it'll be at the Hawaii Convention Center.
Okay, great.
And it's registration is free. You can do that from our website, hawaiiantel.com/HTU.
Great. So we'll post that up on our show notes later on this evening. So, Ryan, I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Great.